Hi there, I'm Professor Juris, and I just wanted to make you a quick video, very short, about preparing your cyanotype solution. Now, I've prepared this before and used it shortly after, 15-20 minutes afterwards, and it works okay. But you'll find that it actually will increase with speed a little bit and work a little better, I think, if you let it set one day. So if you mix it the day before you're going to start using it, I think you're going to have better results with it. So I would make it the night before. Now, to start with, I'm sitting here at my dining room table. You notice I have these luscious peppers from my garden here. You wouldn't want to mix this stuff inside on your kitchen table or someplace where you eat at. So the best place to mix this is outside. Mix it out in the garage, in case you spill some, back in your woods, someplace in your basement, but don't mix it in your kitchen. And when you're mixing it, the first thing I would do before I mix any of it up would be to read the instructions totally that come with it. Bostick&Sullivan covers all of the instructions very thoroughly for using these chemicals. So go ahead and read this over. This comes with your kit. And one of the things that they point out that's very important on this is that you should consider these poisonous. And hopefully if you've already watched my safety video about using chemicals at home and so forth, so you get an understanding of that. So the next thing that you need to know is it's very simple to mix these up, although I have had students mess up their chemicals for mixing them incorrectly or mixing them with incorrect things. You don't want to just use water out of your tap or out of your faucet, especially if you have well water. You'll wreak havoc on these chemicals because well water contains a lot of minerals and so forth. What you want to actually do for the best results is use distilled water, and you need to make sure that you get distilled water when you go to the store. You can't just go in the store and grab a gallon of water that's there, because there's all different kind of waters. There's spring water, there's purified water, and you need to make sure that you get the one that says distilled water. I had a student actually mixing this with spring water, and he was getting horrible results. And when he looked at his bottle of water after, like I told him to check the bottle, it was spring water and it said minerals added. So it'd be the same as like using some type of well water, because it had minerals added to it that were affecting the chemicals in these bottles. So if you don't have distilled water, you can't get a hold of any, the next best thing you can use is purified water that's filtered, like through your Brita pitcher, your Brita filter that you have at home, and you can use that to fill these. One thing you do want to do though is make sure that you're using the water at room temperature when you mix these. You don't want to use water that's been cold or in the fridge, because it'll be harder for these to dissolve. You may want to get yourself a small funnel at like the dollar store, and when you use this, then what you'd want to do is mark a skull and crossbones on this and rinse it out real good. But you wouldn't want to use this again for anything that involves any type of food for yourself or for your pets or for anything. Only use this for photochemicals. And if you're only going to mix this, you can get by without the funnel simply by you take the lid off of one, you basically fill it up till it's almost to the rim, put the lid back on, and then shake it till it's dissolved. And I'm saying probably around 5 minutes of just pure shaking it to get it to dissolve really thoroughly. That's another important factor, is that it dissolves really thoroughly. And that's one of the reasons you're using room temperature water rather than chilled water like out of your fridge. If you keep your Brita filter in the fridge or you're using that, you want to set it out in the morning so that the water totally is at room temperature, around 70 degrees when you're mixing this. Any colder than that, and it's going to have a hard time dissolving. So once you have it mixed, you can just, again, I would label it really big saying poison. If you have children or anybody else at home, I would lock it up someplace so nobody can get to it, and then let it set for 24 hours, and the next day you're ready to go. Again, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and we'll be set. Thank you.